I just got my DoorDash account hacked, and the person calling me pretended to be DoorDash support. I made a video about this already, but the point I'm trying to make is there's a lot of scams out here. There's a lot of grifters out here. There's a lot of scammers out here. And if you're not aware of some of the signs, then you might get preyed upon and someone might steal your account information, or if you marry the wrong girl, she might divorce you and she might hire a really good lawyer and take half of your bank account. Or if you go to the wrong doctor, he might prescribe you the wrong medication and it might kill you. Medical malpractice is one of the #1 causes of death in the U.S. If you go to the wrong dentist, which is most dentists, by the way, your dental health you should probably just keep it in your own hands, honestly. But you go to the wrong dentist, next thing you know, all your teeth are pulled out, even though you didn't have to pull them out, and now your dentist is making tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars off of these surgeries, but now you're missing your teeth. A lot of dentists do tooth extractions when they don't have to, just to make money. A lot of dentists will give you a filling even if you don't have to, even if you just have a small cavity that might have healed on its own. Believe it or not, cavities can heal on its own, but dentists won't tell you that usually because A, they either don't do enough research to know themselves. So that's what's even more dangerous about today's world, is that a lot of people scamming you, they don't even know that they're scamming you. So they're so convinced that they're doing the right thing that they might even sound confident in what they're doing because they might not even know that they're scamming you. Because a lot of scams, some scams happen because the person's genuinely out to get you. But a lot of scams happen because even though the person might mean well, they might just not be educated enough in their field. Like, for example, you might go to a mechanic that means well and that wants to fix your car, but he might make a minor mistake because he might just not know enough about your specific type of vehicle. Next thing you know, your engine blows on the side of the road because your mechanic didn't put the serpentine belt back on correctly. It's the same with doctors and dentists. You might have a doctor that means well and that cares about you and wants you to get healthy and heal, but they might not have studied the human body enough. They might not understand human chemistry enough, so they might prescribe you the wrong medicine. And next thing you know, you end up dying because you have an adverse reaction to the medication they give you. And so you have to be careful, because not only is there scammers out here that genuinely are preying on you, that genuinely want to scam you, that genuinely don't care if they hurt you as long as they get paid. Like, for example, maybe someone's trying to hack into your DoorDash account, like someone did with me the other day. You can check out my earlier YouTube videos. I just made a few YouTube videos about, I made one YouTube video about how my account got hacked, and I made another YouTube video about something that I did that made the app glitch, that made me go from platinum to silver in 1 hour, but that wasn't a scammer. That was my own fault. So I made a couple, or it wasn't even really my own fault. It was kind of an app glitch that I didn't know about, but it's complicated. But anyways, the point that I'm trying to make is, like, someone might scam you simply because they don't know what they're doing. Someone might also scam you because they're actually trying to scam you. But regardless, it has the same outcome either way, whether it's intentional or not. Whether it's because your doctor just doesn't know any better, whether it's just because your dentist doesn't know any better, whether it's because your mechanic doesn't know any better, or maybe they're actually trying to prey upon you and they're actually trying to scam you, the result is the same. You end up losing money and you don't get the result you want. Your car doesn't end up getting fixed. Your health issues don't end up getting fixed. And it's not just doctors. A lot of natural health coaches are scammers as well. They don't know what they're talking about either. They don't know how to actually heal the human body either. A lot of these so-called natural health influencers have health issues themselves that they don't even talk about on the internet. A lot of people, they post this perfect cookie cutter life online because they want to sell their course. They want to sell their ebook. So they try to make themselves look like this all-knowing guru, but behind closed doors, they might not know what they're talking about. And so that's the thing, is you have to watch out from scammers from all angles, because it all affects you the same. You end up wasting your money, and you end up not getting the result that you're looking for. And so you have to watch out for scammers and grifters at all angles, and make sure that you're supporting the right people. Because if you can find a genuinely good mechanic, that might help your car keep running for a while. If you can find a genuinely good health coach, or maybe you just do it yourself, but you find like a genuinely good juicer, you find genuinely organic food, you know, stuff like that, it can help you progress very far in life. If you find genuine people that are well-meaning, that are actually looking out for you, you can progress very, 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 very far in life. The sky is the limit. In fact, there is no limit. The solar system's the limit. The galaxy's the limit. In fact, there is no limit. You can travel to other galaxies. You can travel to other dimensions. You can travel to other universes with the right help, with the right assistance, with the right kind of people in your life. But if you don't know how to look out for the red flags, you might get scammed. And so in the beginning, it might be difficult to tell who's really legit and who's not, especially if you haven't been dealing with people for a while. Maybe you're young, maybe you're naive, and it's important when you're young and when you're naive to listen to your gut instinct. Because even if you don't know what the exact red flags are to look out for, you have an ancient mechanism inside of you called your gut intuition. And human beings have a God-given intuition that's there to keep us out of danger. Like animals in nature, they just naturally, intuitively know things. And that's what keeps them safe, is they follow their intuition. So you don't want to second guess your intuition, because it's there to keep you safe. It's there to keep you protected. And so just with this awareness, right, that someone might be saying their intention is one thing, like, oh, I'm your natural fitness health coach. I'm here to help you heal. Buy my $2,000 coaching course and I'll get you ripped in 60 days. That's what they might be saying, that they want to help you. But just because they're saying that, that doesn't mean that that's actually what they're doing. They might just want your money. They might think they know what they're doing, but they might be teaching you false techniques that, yeah, sure, maybe you'll get ripped at first because maybe they teach you how to calorie restrict. But in the long term, do they know every different vitamin? Do they know every different mineral? Do they know how the human body chemistry actually works? Because in the short term, you might get results, but in the long term, you might do serious damage. You might do serious harm to your body if you hire the wrong health coach. And it could be the same thing with a mechanic. In the short term, they might fix whatever sound your car is making. But if they don't fix it properly, they might displace another component of your car that might give you bigger issues down the line. And so it's important to use your discernment to try to pick the right people in your life, whether it be friends, whether it be family, whether it be your doctor, whether it be your mechanic, whether it be your lover, your wife, anything. It's important to use your gut instinct and your discernment to try to pick the right people in your life. And you might not find someone that's perfect, you know, but are they at least willing to admit their mistakes? Are they at least humble enough to give you a refund if they screw something up? Are they at least humble enough, maybe if they're your partner, to say sorry and correct their mistakes if they hurt you? Are they at least humble enough to try to get better and correct their mistakes if they hurt you? Or are they the type of person that would scam you, take your money, and then leave you out for dead? because they got what they wanted. And so you got to be careful of that. You don't want people to take advantage of you because maybe you're naive. And so it's important to always trust your gut instinct and to always trust your intuition, because your gut instinct and your God-given intuition is always there to look out for you. You might have good people in your life, you might have bad people in your life, but your gut instinct is always there to look out for you. And I'm not saying you have to find perfect people to be in your life. You know, you might find some amazing people that maybe have a few flaws here and there. And in that case, it's important to put your ego aside and accept them and love them for who you are. But there has to be a certain limit, because yeah, maybe it's okay to be friends with people that aren't perfect, but at least they're trying. At least they have a heart. At least they care about you. And at least they're willing to admit when they're wrong and improve upon their mistakes and get better and grow as a person. But if you have someone in your life that's straight up plotting against you, if you have someone in your life that's straight up scamming you, and it might not even be a friend or a partner, it might be a doctor, like I said, it might be a mechanic, like I said. Now you're throwing money down the drain. Now you're throwing time down the drain. Now you're throwing your effort and your emotions down the drain if it's like a lover or a partner, and you might not get what you need in return to keep going. And so it's important to find a tribe of people that are there to actually support you and to help you to progress further in life. And if you can't find that, then learn how to do things alone as well, because sometimes it might not be so easy to find a whole bunch of people that are there to support you. So you might have to learn how to do some car repairs on your own. You might have to learn how to heal your body on your own without the help of a doctor. You might have to learn how to do certain things on your own. And I'm not saying it's good to be isolated. We're meant to socialize. We're meant to connect. But in today's world, you might have to learn how to do certain skills on your own, because you might not be able to find anyone that's a true master at the skill that you need to fix the problem in your life at that moment. And so you might have to learn that skill on your own. But it's also important to look for a support system. It's also important to look for a network. And so try to balance things out, because you don't want to be isolated, but you don't want to be overly dependent on scumbags either. Ideally, you want to have a strong tribe of good people that are actually looking out for you, but you also want to know how to do fundamental skills on your own that no one around you has mastered yet, just in case you have to fix the problem on your own. And so it's important to have balance, because again, you don't want to isolate yourself either, but you don't want to be overly dependent on scumbags. And so you got to use your gut instinct and you got to use your discernment to pick and choose the people that are right for you in your life. Okay, I hope this helps. Let me know what you guys think of this video topic. Thank you for tuning in. Let me know what you guys want to see more of down in the comments below. This is just some wisdom that I've learned over the years from being alive. Thank you for tuning in. I love you all. And until next one, I'm out. Love and peace.